Jimmy Clark checks over his shoulder. Rinzel down low for Luke Middlestat. Cal Thomas hurriedly to Rinzel. Rinzel takes the wide approach, the wraparound, rebound, Minnesota scores! Penalty.
Well, Sam Rinzel is going to make a little something out of nothing. Here he is on the point, stutter step to the inside. That freezes the defender. The defender whacking in on the hands, and then the big reach. Gets that off the goalpost to the far side where Penanimi's able to flush this one home. Oh, off the defender's skin.
It has positioning. They wave off a potential icing. Rinzel up the boards. Nice one-handed play by Brodzinski. This is Nevers. Back to Brodzinski. Shoots. Scores!
What a goal for Bryce Brodzinski, but this starts with a great decision by Rinzel. He's charged down on the goal line, just moves it up the wall, then speed. Well, that kills. Minnesota has it on the blue line. Bryce Brodzinski gets it off of Oliver Moore's stick. A nice deflection, exiting the zone there by Brodzinski. Moore with the second effort to get it through the defense, and a great shot high to the short side there for the former Mr. Hockey winner for the Blaine Bengals.
He wanted Mason Nevers to have that puck, gave him a couple of quick little soft passes because he wanted to get it back, and he did. Dunlap now cuts in, shoots, scores! That's an answer. Joe Dunlap marches down the ice, and Ohio State cuts Minnesota's lead to 2-1 with an immediate response.
Well, here's a theme for you, Dan. That theme is speed as you enter the zone. Dunlap has that, leans in, look at that, protects that puck magically and beats close with the 5-hole, just vacant, wide open stick. And you always looking for the poke check there, thinking Dunlap might challenge to the far side. That's a play center ice in particular as a freshman. College hockey, something Oliver Moore is also tasked with.
Right from the draw, Pitlick, Painter.
Quick face-off win for Oliver Moore, right in the sweet spot for Pitlick. He releases it without stick handling. Difficult for Turnus. Has to shuffle to his left, and you shuffle. New echelon.
Maybe stating the obvious here a little bit, but the next goal is huge. You think if Minnesota gets it, might be close to game over. Ohio State, we got a whole new hockey game if they can get one.
Yeah, no doubt. If Minnesota gets it, it is a huge hole to climb out of.
Lamb trying to dance his way in, does right in front. Hublin fires, scores! There it is, 4-1 Minnesota.
I talked about Aaron Huglin taking that next step. It's like you could hear us. A turnover, something we talked about in the first period. Brody Lamb pounces, threads his way through that one, but two players puck watching in front of that net area is the difference here. The Buckeyes defender watching the
cut, the crank, and didn't get much behind it as he's off balance. It's Johnson out of the dust with it. Brodzinski and Minnesota attacking. Jackson Nelson shooting, scores! Jackson Nelson gets in on the fun.
Well, Jackson Nelson elected to come back for a 5th season. Luke Middlestat transitions. Brodzinski spreads it out wide. Nelson has his head up, shoots with his feet moving, and a grease puck wrister here finds its way through Turnus's wickets. The Gophers have their 5th. Yeah, the only thing is just so impressive.
Dunlap. Justin close to save. Dunlap on the rebound, scores! Jake Dunlap, little help from his brother Joe. And Ohio State climbs to within 3.
So Joe Dunlap scores in period number 2. Jake Dunlap is going to find his way into the slot area and just flat out battle for a rebound. He finds it after it meanders its way through a number of Gopher players. He's going to spin and get his stick free right there. Close, out challenging, trying to gobble up that round.
Thiesing. Brown does a good job to stay on side. Brown gets rewarded in, shoots and scores. Caden Brown stays on side. Big reward, big move, and it's only a 2-goal lead now for Minnesota.
Well, Caden Brown's going to finish, but I want you to watch what Cam Thiesing does here. He enters the zone and he throws the brakes on. All of a sudden, Middlestad is put in a precarious situation. Should he challenge or should he back in? Well, ultimately, Thiesing finds a seam there. Wants to get off,
but remains rooted there in goal with a minute to go in regulation. 2-goal advantage for Minnesota. Lamb first to it on the forecheck. Just waste some more time and roll it in deeper. Montez 1 against 2. That hit off the crossbar. Sneaking by Justin Close. Lamb 35 seconds into the empty net. That will do it.
Well, for a second time, ask and you shall receive. We talked about Aaron Huglin benefiting from a boost of confidence that would come via a goal. Brody Lamb was talked about just some minutes later, and Brody Lamb gets the empty net goal to put this one on ice. You think, well, it's an empty net goal. Like, who cares? I can tell you, they matter. And Brody Lamb will walk into that locker room with his shoulders pulled back in a way they were not just